Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play. Day 7 of Dephemerember, which is hosted by Luise Heinzl and 49 Dragonflies. So today's prompts are handwritten memories and loaded tag. So I'm using the sheets that my son loves to write because they're beautiful memories for me, and he also loves to trace things. So I'm using a couple of his sheets, and I thought that I would use the gel print. Now, how cool is this? I didn't realise that if you write in lead pencil, then that imprint actually goes down on the gel print. So I actually did one just to grab that as well. So anyway, bit of fun. Here I am playing about with my paints, and I'm sure you've all seen gel printing before. If you haven't, so much fun. I love doing my gel printing. It's such an easy way to get all sorts of different designs. So this one I really liked doing around the edge with one, and then I did some other colours and patterns, and I just had some fun doing all sorts of different imprints. I was amazed at how much you could actually get out of the feather. Sorry I didn't grab that, but I ended up going over it in the end. And this one I just went to town on. I sort of almost would forget that I was doing a press quite often, and I really liked how it did it with the words. So I used the words for my actual background page also, so that I could, just lift that, when I actually put it into my book. And I love that bright pink across the middle of it. Anywho, this is what I mean by I did it in my book. When I was cleaning off my stencils, I just used them to imprint into the book, and you get a lovely ghosty effect sometimes. All right, now this was my idea for a loaded tag. I thought, I made this flip not so long back, and I wanted to make this loaded tag today with a similar idea. I thought it'd be kind of nice if it, flipped out as well. As you know, I really love a flip. I really, really do. Give me a pocket or a flip, and I'm very happy. Give me both, and I'm just ecstatic. Anywho, I had this paper bag, and that was what I had used underneath my gel prints. So it had some lovely printing all over it. It wasn't just plain brown paper. It's the back of a Woolies shopping bag. There's the Woolies symbol, see? So I just, folded and played and sort of saw what I, could come up with. So I worked out if I cut that in half, then I had an extra little pocket on the front. I had a little one at the bottom and one on the side, and I did a similar thing inside. So in a minute, I'm working out that I made that too wide. So then I just folded that the same, and there we go, go in, there you go. So then I decided, a bit of a corner pocket inside. Make it just nice and simple. I didn't want to make it too complicated. So I'm just folding down my corners, and that's just to make it a little bit easier so that people can see where the actual pocket is. And then I'm cutting out the corner just to reduce the bulk, and it does make it fold in more nicely. So there you go. That's the inside done. And there's a little bonus side pocket in the inside too. Well, when I say done, I guess I really mean worked out, but you get the gist. Alrighty, so now I'm making it into a tag. So I'm just putting a tag top on it. I thought, keep it really simple, just splice it open, and there we go. That is all complete, and it looks more like a tag now, so I can actually, feel like I can call it a loaded tag. Now, when I folded this bit down, I actually I just wanted a little bit of a lip so that there was a little bit more strength there. And then when I folded it down, see how there's that little corner? And I thought, no, I don't want it like that. So have a look at what I do. I just fold that corner down so that it meets the top. And then it just seems to feel like it sits a little bit better. Just a teeny thing, but it was bugging me. And so, I thought I'd share it with you. That's like, when someone goes, they're tasting food or they're smelling food or something and they're going, oh, this smells awful. Here, smell this. Always reminds me of that scene from MASH years ago. But, anyhow. So I used, to cover the logo, I used my son's now gel printed pages that he's written. He writes hundreds of these, honestly. So it's wonderful. They become my glue sheets, they become backgrounds, they become all sorts of things. So I used his sheets to actually cover the logos and the writing, and so then the bag is just the bag. Now, what's the next thing that I'm working at? Oh, yeah, I'm just working out the inside of the front. A little bit of trimming here, a little bit of trimming there. See, I just cut off that corner the same as I did the other side. Now, I did work out something really tricky that you'll see not so far away. But first, I'm just covering, as I said. So, little extra piece in the middle gives it a little bit of texture and contrast. That's what happens when you work it out as you go along. You just kind of discover things. I make so many things out of these paper bags. I love them so much. And it's because they really are the best way for us to get our stuff delivered. We don't have people loitering at the door refilling the recycle bags. I don't have to battle the shops, and then when I go with my son, he can just go to the places that he likes to go rather than have to, make it too difficult. Yeah, it's just great. So that's my excuse. I just keep ordering things with these paper bags and then I end up with heaps to use in my crafting. So fun. All right, so on the inside, I decided I'd just tear a strip off to line that pocket with, and that looked quite effective, really. I quite liked that. So it just zigzags all the way to the top, and then it also covers that little piece that's going to make the front pouch. So I just lined that up with the bottom edge, and that seemed to fit in quite nicely. So that's really cute. Now, I'm pretty much getting to the nuts and bolts of it now. Just put an extra piece of paper because my hole punch wouldn't punch that at first. It was just a little bit too thin, or the hole punch thought it was. It wasn't really thin. It's quite nice and stiff, really. So now I'm starting to actually do the formation, so starting to glue the pieces together. So gluing that little pouch on the inside, and that's the only bit that I need to glue. And look, there's the exciting bit. It catches in on itself. Isn't that cool? So you could use it as a pocket, or it actually slips into itself. So I don't even need the tie at the top to go through both, but I did. Anyhow, I cut out all these little pieces on the front. I saved you all the extra faffing I did to work all of those out, but I thought a nice long one for a bookmark, and I put that in. And then I thought, my bookmarks probably aren't that tall. Now, my bookmarks are mostly a little bit wider than this, so that's all right. I still found one to fit, but I need to make some thinner bookmarks. So then my next one, which I did a little fold over on it, and again, just that one I glued all the way around so that things that go in there can sit a little bit higher than the things that go in the bottom. And then the final thing is putting the triangle in. So it just gives it a little bit of contrast, and I've got an odd number of pockets visible on the front then, so that also helps the eye. It lets the eye relax a bit, I think. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets on the front there. Isn't that fun? Oh, I forgot to mention, I think I did video it, but I also put some stamping on the back of the tag at the top behind that pocket, just some subtle stamping, and when you look at it close up, that works well. Little stamp in the corner, all finished. So now I'm just loading it up with some of my ready-made journal tags that I've got, and that little one slipping in the front, and then you open it up. Yay! I love that. I think it's so cool. Open it up, and I did a bit of lace through the top. I thought some sheets to write on inside. And then you've also got another little tag in there. I've got that as a little sea theme because the charm on the front is a little fish. Now, the funny thing is, I had still forgotten about the bear at this point. Yes, I had. So I had just gotten so entranced by doing this. So I guess it's a cheat. I ended up making a journal tag out of the bear so quickly. I sewed around the edges, see, and I just inked around the back, and there he is. But it's lovely. He sits in there and he finishes it off perfectly. And so I popped it into my belly band that I had just done with a lovely big piece of lace. Should have seen me sewing that one in. And there it is for another day. So I shall hopefully see you tomorrow. And boy, oh boy, this is really starting to fatten up. It's going to be another gator mouth from Jen. Enjoy, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.